Man, I am so excited about what I'm talking to you about tonight, and I have been just pumped all afternoon, just so geared up. The only reason I came to this function is because I heard I was going to be speaking. Now, I'm telling you the truth. That is the only reason I came. And I am just so looking forward to hearing what I'm going to say. I want to talk to you tonight about winning. About winning. The win. You know, Dr. Charles F. Kettering, who's a noted scientist and inventor, had a theory that the way to remove failure from any situation was to create an environment in which the person believed that they could not fail. And that if they honestly believed that they could not fail, that they would not even use that as an option, and they would go ahead and press forward until they succeeded. I really believe that that's how we're going to win. And anything we do is to remove failure as an option. You need to get the thought of failing completely out of your mind. Dr. Kettering took a young man who was working for General Motors and handed him a challenge, a problem that General Motors needed a solution for, but he did not give that young man access to any of the previous research materials that had been documented in General Motors computers. Because if he would have been able to see all of that material, he would have found that scientists and researchers much older and more experienced than he was, all of those people had documented that it was impossible to solve this problem. They had already come to that conclusion, that it was literally impossible to solve it. So instead, Dr. Kettering just assigned this task to the young man. He said, solve this. Didn't even let him see any of the previous research. And guess what the young man did? He solved it. Because Dr. Kettering did not want him to even have that paradigm, that mindset that allowed him to believe that failure was even an option. If you want to be victorious, you're going to have to live your life like a person who's running in a race where only one person gets the prize. I got to thinking about it. Anytime that you're part of a team, if the team loses, who do you blame? Somebody else on the team. It was never your fault. I mean, first team in history. Genesis chapter 1. First team ever on the face of the earth. First team out there. And they faced a test and they lost. They blew it. They ate of the forbidden fruit. And what was the first thing that Adam said when God said to him, Adam, why did you do that? That woman, it was the other person on the team. That's who it was. So then he goes to Eve and he says, Eve, why did you sin? It was the snake, the serpent. It was like that Flip Wilson routine. The devil made me buy this dress. Y'all remember that? The pastor's wife came home and the pastor said, honey, why did you buy a new dress? I told you not to buy a new dress. She said, the devil made me buy this dress. He said, well, then why didn't you say, get thee behind me? She said, I did. He said, it looked good from back there, too. We love passing the buck. We love laying blame. We love pointing the finger at somebody else just to get the eyes off of us when we fail. Failure is a part of life. You're not going to build your business flawlessly. You're going to make mistakes. There are going to be errors. There are going to be people who you are going to offend, and then you're going to wish that you could go back and eat those words. But unfortunately, you cannot unsay a word any more than you can unfry an egg. It's out there. There are mistakes that will be made, and you have to accept that fact and move on and understand something. This is your business. If you don't make heaven, you made a choice. You can't blame anybody but you. If you don't win, it's up to you. It was your choice. It was your decision. And in the same way, you and I need to understand that we are independent business owners. Heavy on the word independent. Means you stand alone. It is your business. And you like the fact that it's your business when it comes to the fact that you don't have a boss. But that makes you the boss. And isn't it wonderful that when you reach certain levels of achievement in this business, you're the one who gets to walk across the stage. Your boss doesn't walk across and take credit for it. You get the credit for this thing. It's your business. But please, if you didn't reach a goal that you set for yourself, and if you didn't achieve a certain level, please don't start looking for somebody else to blame. You're the boss. When it comes right down to it, it's your business. You own it. You own all the credit. If it goes well, and if it doesn't go well, you get all the blame. That's just part of the package. Part of the deal. And so we don't need to get discouraged. But you say, well, man, that really discourages me now to think that I'm going to get all the... Oh, you're planning on losing? You're planning on failing? You should have heard the first half of what I said and zeroed in on that, where I said that if you succeed, you get all the credit. Man, don't let yourself get so negative with that and only look at the possibility of failure. That's like, have you ever heard people say, well, with my luck? You ever hear people say that? Man, if you hear somebody say that, haul off and slap them. Just right then. Just haul off and slap them upside the head. Keep them from embarrassing themselves. Because they're about to say something that makes absolutely no sense. How many of y'all know what I'm talking about? I mean, I've never heard anybody say, well, with my luck, we'll end up going direct, be Founders Direct, go on the Q12 trip and quit our job. You know, oh boy. Well, with my luck, we'll end up going diamond and have to travel all over the world and go to Diamond Club and hang out with Dexter. Yeah, with my luck, you know. End up being a millionaire if we don't watch it. You never hear anybody say that, do you? What do you hear them say? Well, my luck, if nothing go right. Well, my luck, this won't be a good meeting tonight. And then if the meeting didn't go well, they'll tell you, I knew it. I had a feeling all along something wasn't going to go right with that meeting. Yeah, it was you. You are what didn't go right with that meeting because you had that feeling. And you don't need to have that feeling. If a meeting don't go well, you need to be shocked. Is some of you going to walk up to me a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now and say, Mark, do you remember the function? When you said this, this, and this, that changed my whole future for my business. That's what I came out here to do.